Hey, you guys. Welcome and welcome back. If you're new here, we are going to have another cosmic conversation, and these cosmic conversations are just things that I've picked up on recently that intuitively, spiritually, whatever you want to call it, things that I want to talk about, okay? So, lighten some Palo Santo, get the energy flowing. I need a new battery for my mouse. It just died on me. Um, Interesting. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Basically, you guys, I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, it's hard to kind of say this because it's kind of a really like scary kind of topic. But this is something that I picked up on. I would say like a few months ago, maybe a month and a half or so ago, when it comes to the current state of affairs that we're in. And we're going to just speak a little bit more casually. It's hard for me to communicate this because it's something that I don't want to necessarily spread irresponsibly, but it's also something that I really feel compelled to communicate with you guys about when it comes to what's been going on in our political atmospheres and what's been going on with our governments and different things regarding, social media and people within the media that I feel like I need to talk to you guys about this. So recently, I got a message or a thought that came into my mind. I basically call them downloads. And this particular thought was about when I used to play Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation or Xbox, right? Now, I can't remember if I was playing it on PlayStation or Xbox at this time, but I believe it was Xbox. And it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, right? I did play Grand Theft Auto 3 for sure on Xbox and Vice City, but I believe it was San Andreas, and I believe I was playing it on a PlayStation. But do you guys remember the cheat code where it literally turned the whole city into this crazy riot type of environment? Okay. That's why I was a little nervous about talking to you guys about this because I don't necessarily want to spread that. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Hold on. GTA San Andreas riot cheat code. Yes. Rough neighborhood. Yes. And then there was this little cheat code to like turn the whole city into this riot type of environment. Okay. So with that being said, I got this message, real life GTA, insanity fuel, survivor complex. What is survivor complex? Let me look that up real quick. Survivor complex. Sorry, y'all. The buttons on my laptop are gone. See, that's what I thought. Okay. I wrote survivor complex, but I was thinking maybe of savior complex, but nothing's a mistake, okay? But a savior complex is a psychology. In psychology, savior complex is an attitude and demeanor in which a person believes they are responsible for assisting other people. Interesting. So, okay, so real life GTA, Insanity Fuel, Savior Complex. Be prepared to not be able to know anything for sure. Okay? Everything will be confusing to the point of causing dormant mental illness to be activated or triggered. No one will know what to do. Predators will hunt and create imaginary solutions. The only way out is through. So, I've done a few of these conversations recently, and they've been a little bit more straightforward. I don't know exactly what this means, but there's a few things I wanted to talk to you about. And if it just so happens to become relevant at some point, hopefully it will be used to help you. But do not mistake the intentions of what I'm saying as negative, because I would never want to create a problem. I only want to try to find solutions to resolve problems. And right now, a lot of people are dealing with problems, and a lot of people have issues when it comes to processing information and processing situations. A lot of people are struggling to cope with with situations that are going on, or with their life as a whole. And part of what I feel some of us have been tasked to do in this time of change is to try and communicate different things that the public may need to be aware of, so that it can reach the people who it needs to reach when it needs to reach them. I feel personally that that happens all of the time. So when it comes to me talking about this, I am not the person who wants to create panic. I'm not the person who wants to be like, oh, I said it first or whatever. I don't really care about any of that. I just want you guys to be prepared for things that could possibly come down the pipeline in the future. And with everything going on with people in the news and like court cases, especially with this whole United Healthcare CEO situation, which if you didn't watch that video, be sure to go check that out, because I worked really hard on that, and then some crazy news broke, and it is what it is. But I worked really hard on that, and I definitely feel like there's a good lesson in that video for a lot of people, for all of us. And that lesson is, at the end of the day, don't be scared, be prepared. Part of being prepared is not just physicality or materialistically. Being prepared is also about molding and sculpting your mind and honing in on things that, you could possibly things that you could possibly use as tools to assist you in a mental capacity when it comes to these things happening. I personally feel that, and this is all allegedly, because I have no way to confirm nor deny this as fact, but this is a hypothesis that I wanted to share with you guys so that you could be aware or possibly pick up on things that are going on in your own life. But my hypothesis, because of a lot of things that have been going on with this United Healthcare situation and the way people are kind of responding to it, and then the one-off situations that are going on everywhere else, whether it be, school violence, or like, things in the news with celebrities and things like that, or whether it be personal issues that people are facing within their family structures or everyday dynamics. Everybody's on a very short rope. Like they're on a very short leash when it comes to tolerance level and patience. So with all of the kind of combative energies that are going around, I feel like it would be very productive for you as an individual who may be watching this and kind of feeling what I'm saying happening, to just observe. Right now, just observe. Because I remember when I played GTA, because this was very specific. I don't know where this thought randomly came from, but that's intuition. That's spiritual download for you, if you want to know what it is. This thought came into my mind, and it was just so strange because I had this like memory of playing the game and sitting on top of like a building that I found that had cover. Because man, when I tell you, when you put it on riot mode or chaos mode in Grand Theft Auto, it was like people would have all types of weaponry and artillery and just be wreaking havoc. It might be a tank that comes out of nowhere or like something weird. And it was just like you could never really escape it. Like as soon as you set the code for the game and you walked out your front door, you could not escape what was going on in the game. It's like everywhere you turn, people was just attacking everybody. And granted, it was funny. Child, that's why I played that sucker, because it was funny. And it was kind of like, I wouldn't say it's like Call of Duty before Call of Duty, but it kind of gave you that vibe of like, ooh, I can be prepared to get in there and like, do whatever I need to do. But as soon as you tried to take somebody out, somebody could have taken you out. So I saw that vision of like the character in the game being at the top of this building and like just looking out at all the chaos, because that's what I used to do. Like I wasn't playing around with the people walking around on the sidewalk. I was literally finding a tall building that I could get to that other people couldn't really get to, and jumping on cars and things to get to where I wanted to go so that I could have my vantage point and kind of see what was going on the ground. And it was just chaotic. It was crazy. Everything was going on at the same time. So I'm not sure exactly what that means. For some of you guys, it could mean that there's like a higher vantage point that you're going to be able to see from, or that you may be elevated out of some type of chaos or drama or conflict. This could be personally, or it could be on a larger scale. But I want you guys to be prepared, because I feel that they may try to enact something like martial law. Okay. And the reason I say this is because recently, if you are unawares, South Korea tried to enact martial law on December 3rd, 2024. The South Korean president declared martial law during a televised address, but it didn't last very long. So pretty much on December 3rd, he declared martial law. And then on December 4th, it was opposed by the governmental parties, right? So once they opposed it, they also started to try to impeach the president and get him out of office. And on December 7th, the president issued an apology. On December 12th, he said that he would fight to the end. And then by December 14th, the National Assembly that they held in regards to the situation suspended the president from office. So there's more than likely going to be further investigation and litigation with that in South Korea. But there was a lot of chaos because of that. And it happened at a really crazy time, right around the same time that things were happening with Luigi and all this stuff. And I just feel that the way that they're handling this case and the way that other things are being kind of laid out, that there's a possibility that there could be some type of uproar or disruption. I personally believe that we're going to be finding out about some things that could be very upsetting. I mean, we're already going through situations where we're having to deal with all this chaos, chaotic energy. And what I want you guys to know is to just keep your wits about you. I'm not saying that they're going to declare martial law anytime soon, especially in the States. But what I am saying is that because people are at the end of their rope, and because people are very like volatile or just feeling very constricted, that's what it feels like to me. I know personally from being in those situations and from observing other people in those situations that there's a tendency to act out. Now, part of this message, I said, be prepared to not be able to know anything for sure. When I say that, it's like there are going to be things that you hear, things that you see, things that go through the grapevine, and it's going to be like a game of telephone. They said this over here, they said that over there, and it's like everything is going to get mixed up and jumbled up. So be prepared not to know much for sure. Be prepared to have gaps in the information that you receive. Be prepared for there to be gray areas, because not all of the information has been fully revealed, or not everything is 100% trustworthy when it comes to the sources of information that we could all be receiving. And I don't know if this is talking about a specific event, because like the way that I feel that I have to say it, it sounds like a specific event, but at the same time, it could just be generally speaking. Okay, just be prepared not to know everything for sure. And it's going to be really confusing. And this is where I said it may be confusing to the point where it causes dormant mental illness to be activated or triggered. I think a lot of the things that are going on is creating a lot of stress. It's creating a lot of cortisol, I think. Cortisol is like the stress hormone, I believe. Is it cortisol? Child, I be trying to learn every day. I know words, but sometimes I can't place the words. Cortisol is a steroid hormone that helps the body respond to stress. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist, by the way, as well. So please do not take this as medical advice. But it feels like I don't know if actually something, I'm getting the vibe that something might be released. So I don't know if this is news or information being released, or if this is like a pathogen in the air being released, or if this is possibly like somebody getting out of prison. But there's something about a release that takes place, and I feel like it's causing a reaction on like an endocrine level, or like genetic level. Feels weird. So just understand that there could be some activation of mental illness, either because of the stress of life and things that are going on in the media, or just something else that's getting, you know how when they put the baby powder in their hand back in the day when you were doing like your mama jokes, and somebody would be like, ooh, your mama so ashy that it looked like a cloud when she walked by, and then blow the smoke. I don't know, child. But just watch out, because there may be people that try to trigger you into that state. There could be situations that trigger other people around you into that state, and you might be, in the crossfire of some drama. So just understand and be aware that you don't have to respond or react to everything that's being done or said, and that it may behoove you to kind of take a step back and evaluate if a situation is really making you angry because of you, or if a situation is kind of a setup to be upset. Okay. No one will know what to do. So there's definitely something going on. And I just saw this little clip on one of the blog sites on Instagram, because I was doom scrolling, and I told myself I need to stop. Okay. Because I have taken a long break from like Instagram and Facebook. I don't even be on Facebook ever, child. But I sometimes will scroll through Instagram, TikTok, things like that. I took a long break, and now I've kind of been like back on there. And I need to calm down, because I really liked my peace before I got on there. And before I logged out, I saw that I think the Biden administration, Kamala and President Biden, were canceling like holiday plans because of an emergency or something, child. I don't know what's going on, but I believe that there are things going on that we can't see, and things going on that we haven't been privy to as far as information, which could be positive or negative. But, it's best to stay neutral until you know. And there could just be situations where people just don't know what to do. There's not really a great solution, so it causes a lot of chaos and panic. And that's where the predators come in, because, when there's chaos and panic, somebody sees an opportunity to make money or to garner some type of fame or clout. And I don't think that it would benefit you as an individual watching this to just run to the first person who claims that they have a solution. I feel like brainstorming, which is a word that I guess they canceled, that people don't use anymore. But child, I was born in 92. When you were trying to figure something out, you would brainstorm, okay? I don't know how that's offensive. But yeah, you may want to cultivate some options or ideas before settling for one particular solution. Or you may want to get multiple opinions before accepting one particular option, because there are going to be people who create imaginary solutions. There are going to be people who say, oh, I got the miracle cure, and or I got the miracle solution in this situation, but it's going to be a bunch of snake oil. And I believe that people are going to be in such a state of panic and fear and possibly isolation to where they'll accept that solution, even though it's a farce, even though it's an illusion, okay? And then when I said the only way out is through, I pretty much mean that the only way that we're going to either solve or resolve these situations is to go through them, okay? There's not going to be a quick fix or an easy does it solution to whatever's going on. We're going to have to work through it. We're going to have to do the work. We're going to have to actually allow situations to fully transform and transpire and evolve in order for us to see the real solution. Whatever solution is being presented initially is not the solution that is going to be the end all be all to resolve the situation. So I'm just letting you guys know. With that being said, just because of everything that I saw with South Korea, because that was crazy, and it just recently happened, and then everything I saw with the whole United Healthcare situation, I felt like it was time and that it was appropriate to give you guys this particular message that I received about a few months ago. My children are banging. They make as much noise as they possibly can. And that's okay. Yeah, there could be a lot of noise. There could be a lot of noise being made, but listen, right now, you guys, just keep your wits about you, please. I really don't necessarily know a solution to what a lot of us are facing right now, which is a severe amount of uncertainty, an extreme amount of stress. I don't have a solution for any of those things. I don't know what to do to resolve any of those things thoroughly, other than to tell you guys, number one, don't be scared, be prepared. And number two, to find things in your life that you gain enjoyment from, like any activities that could provide you an outlet or a resource to your sanity that are productive. Okay? Coping mechanisms that are counterproductive are going to be your worst enemy right now. And I'm not saying don't do it. What I'm saying is make sure you understand moderation. Everything is good in moderation, including moderation. So if there are times where you have to, punch your pillow a bunch of times because you're angry just to release it, if you have to scream, if you have to yell just to release it, if you gotta, maybe get a drink every now and then or smoke a cigarette every now and then. Whatever it is that you do to cope, I'm not really like, I understand it would be good to remove those coping mechanisms, but I also understand the level of stress that people are under right now. And, I definitely would not agree with any type of hard, drugs or anything like that. But sometimes you go out and you release, stress by dancing or listening to music or whatever, or you might go for a walk, or, you might do some yoga, or you might go out and have a nice meal and splurge a little bit or treat yourself to something maybe a little bit more expensive. But just remember that when you do things to distract yourself from what's going on, it just delays the process when it comes to you finally being released from what's going on. When you distract yourself from the task at hand, it will delay you from the ultimate resolution of the situation. So I hope that helped you guys. Thank you so much. As always, again, be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of this conversation, because I want to hear your feedback on what you may have been feeling or what you guys may have heard through the grapevine. But let me know in the comments, you guys. Thank you so much again for your support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.